Breaking. Princess Leonor's of Austria wedding sends Spain and Denmark into frenzy. Breaking. Princess Leonor's of Austria wedding sends Spain and Denmark into frenzy. Context breaks all expectations. A grand palace in Austria is dressed for a royal wedding. Suddenly, the bride isn't just a princess, she's the future queen of Spain. And the groom, a Danish prince whose arrival sends two kingdoms into a shared whirlwind. She walked down the ancient aisle of the Habsburg-era cathedral in Vienna, her gown shimmering in candlelight, towering arches echoing centuries of tradition. She is Princess Leonor of Spain, bearer of a legacy, the next monarch, stepping into the unknown. He is Prince Christian of Denmark, young, confident, part of a modern royal house. Tonight the world watches, Spain holds its breath, Denmark watches with pride. A marriage of hearts, yes, but also a union of dynasties, cultures, futures. Right away, that moment when Leonor reaches the front, the hush of the crowd, the glint in her father's eye, the quiet nod from Queen Letizia. All of it, emotional, vivid. And then, the hush breaks, cheers erupt, flags wave, petals rain. Spain is in euphoria, Denmark in admiration, Austria in quiet wonder. But wait, the story doesn't end there. Because behind the glitz lies more, familial pressure, national expectation, the weight of two thrones looming. What happens when love reaches beyond borders? What happens when tradition meets modernity? That's what we're about to explore. Born to reign, Leonor has been groomed for greatness. At 19, she completed naval training and will enter the Air and Space Army Academy. Her every public step measured, symbolic. Yet tonight she steps into something new, a life entwined with another royal story. Spain has watched, sometimes with hope, sometimes with scrutiny, as Leonor blossoms. The weight of the crown sits light on some shoulders, intolerably heavy on others. When she appears in denim with her mother, Queen Letizia, it's a rare moment of youthful ease. Now, the wedding stage transforms that ease into grandeur. Prince Christian of Denmark represents a younger generation of monarchy, one foot in tradition, one in the future. When he steps into Austrian halls to meet Leonor, something shifts. The match is unexpected, yet somehow inevitable. Two nations, two legacies, one remarkable love story. For Denmark, it is a moment of quiet pride. For Spain, a leap into international visibility. The crowds in Madrid and Copenhagen feel it, history in the making. Choosing Vienna, or a setting of similar imperial grandeur, for this union is no accident. Austria's Habsburg past offers context, the echoes of emperors, the rights of monarchy, the pageantry of centuries. The cathedral, the palace yard, the flickering torches, they speak of time long past and time still unfolding. In the midst of that, Leonor and Christian exchange vows, and not just personal promises, but symbolic ones. Of duty, nation, legacy. Across Spain, televisions flash, social feeds light up. Families who recall the restless early years of Spain's monarchy see this as renewal. Times of transition. The future queen marries, and with her, hope. Spain is ready to embrace change, deep and hopeful. In Copenhagen, the royal house welcomes a new branch of friendship, of shared future. The Danish people cheer, for their prince, for the adventure his union heralds. But love in robes and tiaras is rarely simple. Leonor must balance the weight of Spain's modern identity with centuries of monarchy. Christian must reconcile Denmark's progressive royal image with ancient tradition. Together they walk a tightrope, romance anchored in duty, joy tempered by history. A question looms, will their union redefine monarchy for a new age? Or will tradition win out in the grand halls and palace protocols? Picture the corridors of the palace, bridesmaids in pastel, guests in tailcoats, laughter mingled with reverence. Leonor's veil trailing, the hush before Paul's name is called. Christian's quiet confidence, the handshake with King Felipe VI. The exchange of rings, each inscribed with symbols of Spain and Denmark. Then the moment, the first dance. A soft waltz under chandeliers. Two nations spotlight on them, yet they see only each other. Marriage is just the beginning. Leonor and Christian face duties, state visits, philanthropy, balancing public and private life. They represent not just a new chapter for Spain and Denmark, but a new chapter for European royalty. The couple will live partly in Spain, partly with Danish ties. Flexibility in modern monarchy, grounded in love, bound by legacy. In Spain the dynasty will continue, even as Leonor marries abroad. The crown remains hers, the throne awaits. In Denmark a new connection opens, Spain's rich culture, language, young energy. Two royal houses converging may seem symbolic, but the ripple effects are real. Meanwhile Austria watches. The empire's shadows still linger. As the site of union, it adds gravitas, reminding us that monarchy is a living history. And finally, at the end of this wedding day, as the crowd disperses and the stars appear above the cathedral spires, one thought lingers: a princess becomes a bride becomes a queen, yet love remains the same simple vow whispered in that golden hush. Spain and Denmark may celebrate today, but the story has just begun.